Alrighty, folks, there we are. We're live. Good morning to you all. Oh, good. You sound enthusiastic. That's good. Good morning to everyone out in South Africa on our live stream. I always laugh because people always look back. Who's he talking to? Talking to the camera above you. So my name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending an effective short 35 minutes with you as we go through our business proposition to you, because this presentation is a business proposal to you. It's an invitation to you. Don't worry, I don't ask you any questions in the presentation. If you have any questions, reserve those until after the presentation, please. And speak to the person that's hosting you or invited you to come watch this presentation on DuePoint. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're actually a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So we are a registered insurer. We have been in business for nearly 70 years, believe it or not. Constantia is a name that you might not recognize because we have never dealt with consumers before. We've always dealt with other insurance companies, other financial providers. But for the first time through this division, DuePoint, we are now speaking directly to the public. And so this is what this presentation is all about. DuePoint as a division was created 3 years ago, so we are in our 4th year of business. We were formed in February 2016 when a number of factors came together. I'll quickly discuss these factors because it'll give you some understanding to the context and perhaps the necessity of our business. One of the biggest factors is economic and risk factors, and this is more from your point of view than from ours as a business. You are watching this presentation because of necessity. I'm sure you have better things to do on a Saturday morning than come look for work to do, right? And so these economic factors, this necessity is born out of the risk that we find ourselves in the circumstance of the economy today. If your job was paying you a nice salary and you got a 10% raise every single year, you wouldn't be here today. If retrenchment was a word that we didn't know, you wouldn't be here today. If people could actually afford to retire in South Africa, you would not be here, right? And so this business is born out of necessity from your point of view. What we did was we decided to create a social entrepreneurship opportunity out of DuePoint. And so this is what this presentation is all about. This presentation is an invitation. It is a proposal for you to come join us here at DuePoint. And so this is where the social entrepreneurship starts to happen, because it's an invitation for you to get into business, to create income for yourself. And what our mandate becomes, so as partners now in this business, your mandate becomes to help us create better distribution for our products, right? That's the bottom line. The bottom line is that you have to help us create this brand of DuePoint in South Africa. And so your mandate becomes connecting other people to our business. The same way you were connected to DuePoint this morning, we hope that once you join us, you will carry on doing that. You will connect other people to the business. And don't worry, DuePoint takes care of everything else. All you have to do is connect people to our business, like going to watch a great movie. Do you keep that information to yourself? Or if you go to a wonderful restaurant, do you keep that information to yourself? No, you tell people, right? We call that word of mouth marketing. It is becoming a very effective form of marketing. And that's why as a business, we've adopted that as a marketing channel, because it's more effective than just putting advertisements on TV, on billboards, in the newspaper, on the radio, right? Word of mouth referral marketing is a much better, more effective way of marketing, and that's what we've adopted here at DuePoint. And so if you want to share in the benefit of the DuePoint system, you have to go out and connect people and build what we call a channel of distribution for yourself. And if you are successful in being able to create a channel of distribution for yourself, you get to share in these benefits. Number one, primarily, you get to create additional income for yourself. That is obvious, right? That's why you're here. But the nature of the income is very important because it separates us from many, many, many business opportunities in the country. And that's the fact that as an insurance company, we create what we call a book value. A book value for us is a form of recurring income or annuity income. It's something that's inherent to insurance companies. And you almost get to share in a royalty of that business. This flies in the face of what we are currently experiencing as employees. As employees, you are tied down to activity-based income. The only way you make money is by doing something. Your boss pays you for the 8 hours a day that you work for a full month, and then you get your salary, right? And if anything threatens that activity, Your income is threatened. Your livelihood is threatened. Especially if you're spending 8 hours a day doing something. What happens if you become injured or sick? How many sick days do you have? Do you even know how many sick days you have? Have you read your contract? Maybe it's 5. And once you're out of your sick days, do you think your boss is going to carry on paying you if you're bedridden? No. And suddenly your income is affected. Your livelihood is affected. What happens if the economy takes a downturn, which has already happened? What happens if your company struggles and they say, oh, we're announcing retrenchments on the 1st of June? And you find a little white envelope on your desk, right? This is happening to hundreds of thousands of South Africans at the moment. Again, your income is threatened because your income is tied to activity. What happens when you get to 60 years of age? And there's a cake waiting at the office for you, and you think, it's not my birthday this month. Why is there a cake at the office? It's your retirement party that they're having at the office, right? And do you get paid once you're retired? No. Right? And so we have all these risk factors associated with activity-based income and employment. DuePoint mitigates all those risk factors by creating annuity-based income. Right? It's your opportunity to create income outside of activity. We don't pay you for activity at DuePoint. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you build, right? And that gets rid of a lot of these risk factors that we find ourselves posed with. The opportunity of power duplication. This is a wonderful benefit out of the DuePoint system. And some other businesses might offer the same opportunity, but it's your ability or your opportunity to go out and build a team around you, a team that can help you build your channel of distribution. And if you've got an effective team, you can build a channel of distribution much faster than you can on your own. And so your income can actually increase exponentially if you get that right. And so that's something you want to take advantage of. Our business is very flexible. I actually need to add there flexible and innovative, because what we do is we invest a lot of time to make this business as flexible and as innovative as possible. And so that is mostly shown through the DuePoint app that you get to download on your smartphone, and that gives you the ability of building your channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day. There are no restrictions. It doesn't matter where you are in the country. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. You can start building a channel of distribution in Cape Town this afternoon because of the technology that we've put in place. There are no forms. There's no faxing. It's as simple as just connecting someone on your app. Simple as that, right? And so the business is extremely flexible and easy to build. There's no startup capital. We've designed this business to have a low barrier to entry, to have very little risk. And so today, as a guest, you have the liberty of trying DuePoint. Even if you're skeptical, you have the liberty of trying this business without the fear of risk. How many businesses can offer that? Right? I've been involved in many businesses. You know, I've been entrepreneurial from day one. I told my dad I'm not doing engineering at Wits. He nearly took the skin off my bum when I told him that, because I had started already and I quit after 3 months. And I got involved in business from a young age. But it is fraught with failure. And the failure has huge risk attached to it. Because if you try, has anyone tried to start their own business? The amount of money and resource and time required, not even to make it profitable, just to get it started, is huge. And so what we've done with DuePoint, the social entrepreneurship opportunities, we've designed it to have almost no risk. So there should be no fear on your part getting involved with DuePoint. That is wonderful, because you can look at this business and go, okay, I'm a little bit skeptical, but what am I going to lose? Let me try it. Let me try it and see what happens. Let me try it for a month or 2 months, right? And so we've built it with no registration costs, no starter packs that you have to buy. There's no boxes of product that you have to buy in this business, right? You had liberty to try this business without any fear. There's no qualifications or experience requirements. And most importantly, you get to build an asset here at DuePoint, an asset that you have ownership over. Who owns an asset that produces income for them every month? Like a second property. Wouldn't that be great to have a second property that you just rent out? You get to do something very similar with DuePoint. From day one, you can start building an asset here at DuePoint, because your channel of distribution is treated as an asset that you have legal tender over. It means you have ownership over this channel of distribution that you start building here at DuePoint. You can sell it. If it's producing 5,000 Rand a month and you decide you're immigrating, you can sell it if you want to. Assets don't retrench you. Your boss can. Your day job will retire you one day. An asset, channel of distribution, doesn't retire you. We've got wonderful pensioners here at DuePoint, right? They had liberty to grow this business. Assets don't disappear when you die. How many of us are going to leave wealth to our children when we die? If you die tomorrow, what are you leaving your children? Most of us, we don't leave our children anything. Maybe money to cover a funeral. Maybe you've got some insurance in place to cover the bond on your house or the payments that you still have outstanding on your car. But do we pass wealth on to the next generation? Do you know that poverty is always generational poverty? At DuePoint, you get to break that generational issue because you get to build an asset here at DuePoint, and it doesn't disappear on death. You get to pass it, you get to seed it on in your will to your beneficiaries, be it your spouse, be it your children. And so I'm hoping that people will see that it's worthwhile sacrificing time in building a channel of distribution. Why do we chase employment so desperately? Think about it. Think about your life. Your life is going to be dictated. From the age of 18, you're going to be spending 8 hours a day for 45 years working for somebody else. Who's got shares in the company they're working for? Who gets additional money at the end of the month if they work harder this month? 95% of our population get to retirement not able to afford retirement. They've worked for 45 years and they've got nothing to show for it at the end of 45 years. Start focusing on building assets in your lifetime, right? This is the key to wealth creation. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling required at DuePoint. We remove that mandate from you explicitly in our code of conduct that you agree to when you become a wealth engineer. And that's a wonderful thing. Who wants to go sell financial products this weekend to their friends? No one. You don't have to worry about that. All you have to do is connect people to a income earning opportunity. It's the number one commodity that exists in South Africa today is opportunity. People are looking out of necessity for opportunity around every single corner. Your only job is just to connect those people to the opportunity. That's all you have to do. Tell them, 35 minutes of your life, come watch a presentation. If you don't like it, no harm done. 35 minutes of your life, come watch a presentation. Maybe it resonates with you. Maybe you see the opportunity. And that's all you're going to be doing. The nature of our products here at DuePoint are financial in nature, which means we don't have tangibility issues. We don't have boxes of product, like I said earlier. No one's going home with boxes today. You don't have to make space in your garage when you get home and worry about expiry dates on the products that you now have to go sell to your friends, right? And so we make this business very convenient to conduct. But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build this thing called a channel of distribution. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is what your channel looks like. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner, and now you're going to go out and connect people to this opportunity. You might speak to 10 people. Out the 10, maybe 7 decide they'll come watch the presentation. Out of the 7, 5 decide that they want to become wealth engineers, right? So they become wealth engineers and product owners in your channel. That is what we call your first point. That is where your responsibility lies, is only on your first point. But those people that have joined this business under you will now go out and connect other people, right? They're going to duplicate that activity, your behavior. And this is where the power duplication takes place in your business. Because all of this is your channel, right? Based on those 5 people that you connected initially, this is what your channel could look like after time. You're being paid for every single product owner in this channel. This is where your recurring income is created. This is the asset that you're building. This is how we create wealth, through asset ownership that creates income for ourselves. And this is what you're going to be building, a channel of distribution. That's what it looks like, right? How do we pay our wealth engineers? We pay you through what we call the returns program. The returns program, again, is based on your qualified channel, right? So the base return fee that we pay for every product in your channel starts at this R27.50 base return that we pay for every product, but it's dependent on where the product lies. So the first 5 people that you introduce, so anyone that you introduce to this business will always fall on what we call your first point. And you can see on your first point, we pay 55 Rand for every product. Not once off, every single month, right? The power of recurring income. I ran a digital agency for 15 years of my life. We didn't create any recurring income. I know the pain of activity-based income. Because unless we had designers and developers working in front of their computers on clients' work every single month, there was trouble. Because at the end of every single month, we started at zero again. At DuePoint, you don't start at zero. Your channel is your channel. It doesn't suddenly disappear into the ether. That's what we call recurring income. In our business, I can very safely predict how much money we're going to be generating next month. And that is the beauty of annuity-based income, right? And so as your channel builds, now you've got people on your second point. And on your second point, again, you're earning 55 Rand for every product every month. If you had 100 people on your first and second point, you'd be earning 5,500 Rand a month. That's 60,000 Rand a year in annuity income that you just created for yourself. And your channel will grow some more. Those people will go out and connect other people onto your third point, onto your fourth point, all the way out to the eighth point. By the eighth point, you see the multiplier drop steadily to 4%. But you're still earning on the eighth point and beyond. Because we don't limit you on the size of your channel. We don't limit you on how much money you can earn at DuePoint. There's no limitation. Think about that for a second. There's no limitation to how much money you can earn. There's no year modes. We don't suddenly change rules halfway through the period. What your qualified channel is what your qualified channel is. You want it bigger, you want to earn more, introduce more people. It is a simple, simple, simple business where you only have to connect people to this opportunity. People still want to know, well, how much money can you earn in DuePoint and how quickly? When am I going to be rich? Have you ever wondered that? I wonder how old I'm going to be when I'm rich. When I'm wealthy. Well, that's a different definition for each one of us, right? For me to be rich, I think I need at least 2 Porsches in the garage. Don't care about houses, just cars. I'll sleep in the one Porsche. That's fine with me. But then I'll deem myself rich. So to answer that question, when we launched this business, we created a projection over the next 5 years based on a lot of data that we had in the market. And we came up with this, what we call the path to success. It is a 5-year projection. So if you don't have a 5-year plan, this is a lovely 5-year plan to adopt because it'll get you to about R1 million annually in recurring income after 5 years. Imagine earning 1 million Rand every year in 5 years' time. How old will you be in 5 years' time? Think about that. Now think about earning an extra 5 million Rand on top of your salary every single year. So now you need to take notice, pay attention to this, right? Because all you have to do, the only mandate here is that you connect 2 people onto your first point every single month. So you've got to go out and speak to enough people that 2 people join your first point every single month. And if you can start doing that and do it every single month, right? You start at 0. By month 6, you're going to be at 2,500 Rand return every single month in recurring income. Now, one of the things I always highlight at this point is a lot of people might think, well, 6 months of work, only 2,500 Rand. I need more money now. How many people have that necessity? I need money now. Can't wait. I can't wait. I need it now, right? But we have to, again, highlight the fact, the benefit of recurring income. Because if you really want to become wealthy in this lifetime, one of the first things that you have to do is get rid of your debt. And we're all indebted, right? All of us, we get statistics that show us frightening levels of debt among South Africans. We have to get rid of that first. And so I hope that people will leverage the return that they're creating out of DuePoint to do that. Because the easy option is to spend more. If I put 2,500 Rand in your wallet or your handbag today, how long would that last? 2,500 Rand cash in your back pocket. How long would it last? A Saturday morning? Sunday? 1 hour? 2 hours? You're going to a party? No. Where are you going? Shoes. There we go. 1 pair of shoes, that 2,500 Rand's blown, right? That's how we think. We think like consumers. The economy is reliant on consumers. Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day. The list is flipping endless, right? Go look at Mall of Africa on Black Friday. It's insane. And we see all the levels of debt that we're experiencing. And you think, where are people getting this money to spend? And so the decision always is if DuePoint starts paying you 2,500 Rand, are you going to spend the money? Or do you start focusing on wealth creation? Do you start paying your debt off a little bit faster? Get rid of all those higher purchases, the credit card, the overdraft that you have on your cards, the bond, the lease agreement you have on your car. Do you start getting rid of that debt faster? You have the option of paying off debt faster. Here's an example. A 1 million Rand bond will cost you 11,500 Rand a month at Prime +2 over 20 years. 11,500 rand a month that you have to pay for 20 years before the bank sends you the deed to that property. Before you become a homeowner. If you start at 30, you're only 50 when you become a homeowner for the first time in your life. But with 2,500 rand, instead of spending it on shoes, you can put that into your bond. It's only a 20% additional payment that you're making on your installment. But what happens by putting in 20% extra on your debt over a 20-year term? It'll reduce the term by nearly 50%. You don't have to be 50 before you become a homeowner. You can be 41. That's 9 years of 13,000 or 14,000 rand that you can start then investing. This is how we have to start thinking. We have to stop thinking like consumers. If you want to become wealthy, if you just want to have nicer shoes every month, buy the nicest shoes, right? But at DuePoint, we're trying to create wealthy people. We're trying to create wealthy individuals. At month 12, you're close to 9,000 rand a month. That escalated quickly, right? In excess of 100,000 rand annually than you create for yourself. Imagine having 100,000 rand paid to you in January every single year. Make December and January and February much more tolerable than it typically is, right? The debt collectors call it debt hangover months. February, March, and April. Because we realized we ran out of money in January. And this is the actual trend, right? People run out of money in January. They default on payments at the end of January. And then the debt collectors come. February, March, and April. That's when debt collectors are their busiest. By month 24, so 2 years you could be earning nearly 28,000 rand a month. By 3 years, 50,000 rand a month. This increases. Why does this increase? It's not like your salary. How much has your salary increased in the last 7 years? If you're lucky, 3%, right? It seems like companies take that as the safe. If you're lucky, they go, okay, we give you 3% increase. But inflation has been crazy over the last 7, 8 years. You look at the price of groceries and fuel. It has gone mad. But your channel can increase every day, right? Because you're building an asset. That's the beautiful thing. It's like just every month putting a couple of bricks onto a house. Right? Every year you're building a new house. You're building a new house. It's an extra house to rent out, an extra house to rent out, an extra house to rent out. Asset-based income. That's the path to wealth. After 48 months, you're close to 70,000 rand a month, and after 5 years of doing this, of two new people on your first point every month, you'll be close to 85,000 rand a month, which is R1,000,000 a year. Now, this is theoretical. Right? It's accurate because now we've got almost 4 years of data and we can see that it's accurate. And so if you follow this, you will realistically get very close to this number. But you can still say to me, okay, it's just theoretical. The number will keep increasing and keep increasing and keep increasing, right? But we bring real people up onto stage. We've got real people doing this business and we are very happy to share their testimony with everybody. And they're all different. So we've got Paul. Paul's sitting over there. Paul's been in the business for 10 months. His channel value is sitting at just over 3,000 rand a month. He's got 34 people that he's got active on his first point, right? Those 34 people have helped him find 132 people, and his channel is 5 points in size. So that gives you an idea, right? We're always wondering, well, how much work is this going to require? Well, how much work does it require to find 34 active people? And is 3,000 rand a month worth it? Then we've got Donovan Landon from Port Elizabeth, been in the business for almost 2.5 years. His current return is sitting at over 11,000 a month. He's got 20 active people, so less than Paul. Now you're thinking, why? How can he be making more money than Paul, but he's got less active people? Because he's had an entire channel building for 2.5 years. Our business is about time and numbers. If you grow impatient, right, and you go, oh, my channel's working too slowly, and that forces you to quit, you will have 0. But if you're patient and you keep building your first point, that is the ideal scenario. That is where your control is over money, right? And so Don has got 20 people in, and you can go listen to his testimony, and he's been up onto stage a number of times. His focus has been in and out of the business over 2.5 years. Perhaps he was still building trust in the business. Perhaps he was looking at DuePoint and going, well, let me just see what this business is going to do, right? They say all the right things, but are they going to deliver on everything that they say, right? And so we've just come back from PE, and Donovan said to me, he said he's going to start focusing more on DuePoint because he can see the benefit that he has. in the last few months, he says he's put in a little more focus on DuePoint and his income's gone up. If you focus a little more on your day job, is your boss going to say, I can see you've been focused this month. I'm going to give you 20% extra. That's laughable, isn't it? Doesn't it feel like a bit of an injustice that you have actually no control over your income, of your destiny, of your financial matters? In this business, we try to give you that control, right? And so if you put in more focus, you can earn more. He's got 419 people in his channel. He's got 10 points in his business. And now he reckons he's only going to start putting in more focus now. So we'll see where Donovan is in a year. He told me, look at my business in a few months. You're going to come back to PE. That's the challenge, right? But I hear lots of promises in this business. Lots of promises. And so we've got thousands of people that join this business every single month, and we've got hundreds of testimonies. You can go onto our YouTube channel, go look at all the testimonies. You know, we've got the rock stars that have earned over 100,000 Rand a month. We've got people who have got cars and come on holidays and all of that. You can go look at all of that testimony. Everybody is different. Every single one of you watching this presentation has got different aspirations for yourselves. You're at liberty to decide what you want out of this business. If you're the person that wants 100,000 Rand a month, who's stopping you? I'm not stopping you. The system is identical for every single person that you see up on the screen. Yet why are the results different? That's focus. That's focus. Our business is extremely simple to do. It just requires consistency. Consistency and persistence. That's the secret to most things in life, believe it or not. Right? On top of the returns program, we've got our XP rewards program where there's even more benefit waiting for you. So as your channel starts to increase in size, it reaches certain milestones that we call ranks. And when you reach those ranks, there are rewards waiting for you. So one of the first notable ranks is at rank 5. You get a business toolkit. It's basically a merchandise kit from DuePoint that's valued at 1,200 Rand. You get pretty much all our merchandise that's available. Our business and sales, prospecting, going out and connecting people is very much, your success is based very much on first impressions. Life is often very much based on first impressions, whether you're trying to date someone, marry someone, get a job, convince someone to come watch a presentation for 35 minutes. When you approach anyone, in 4 seconds, they've summed you up. Right? And so if you can look a little more professional, your prospecting success should increase. We take that a step further at rank 7, where we get very fancy business cards manufactured for you. They cost us 17,000 Rand. That's the cost price. 17,000 Rand to manufacture these business cards. You get 1,000 of them made. They are gilded in gold on the sides. They're 4 times thicker than any other business card. You only can fit about 3 of them in your wallet at a time. Why do we go to this length? Because again, first impressions make a massive difference when you're prospecting people, when you're going out trying to connect people, and mostly strangers. You will run, if you are committed to this business, you'll run out of people you know very quickly, right? But actually, you generally have more success with strangers anyway. And so when you put a 17,000 Rand business card on the table, I promise you people take note and listen a little more intently when you tell them about this business called DuePoint. Another wonderful prospecting tool is at rank 9. At rank 9, you will have 1,000 products in your qualified channel. That's the requirement. You'll be earning about 20,000 Rand a month. And we get to invite you and your family to our Rank 9 International Conference at the end of every single year. And you get to enjoy this for the rest of your life. Who would like to go on a 200,000 Rand 1-week trip every single year for the rest of their lives? Just by default. You know December, that's where you are. Whether it be the Seychelles or Mauritius or Zanzibar, wherever we're going, you know that you're taking your family on a 5-star luxury trip every single week. And your Facebook timeline is filled with this millionaire's holiday every single year. Do you think that will become a good prospecting tool for you? Oh, people are attracted to success, right? And this is not just a vacation. It's a tool that helps you prospect. Right? We've seen lots of people, when they get to rank 9, suddenly their inboxes fill up on Facebook. People are like, that thing you told me about 6 months ago that I said no to, is that what got you to Mauritius? Yes, okay, just come tell me about that thing again. I should have joined 6 months ago. You know how many times I've heard that? I wish I joined 3 years ago. I've wasted so much time. Right? And so this becomes a wonderful prospecting tool and also just a luxury for your family to enjoy every single year. So take a look. We've documented our last 2 trips. Both these trips that we documented are in Mauritius. They're available for every single person in this room. So I want you to take your shoes off, pretend your feet are in the sand. Even your 5-year-old will be sitting in business class. That was a Michelin star chef making us dinner, which was quite a treat. Amazing resort called Little Fair. And that's for every single person in the room. Every single one of you can be joining us this December as we go to a new destination. So our 3rd destination is a different one. We've already booked the hotel. We've block booked business class on British Airways on the Saturday, going there and coming back. We've paid, I think, 50% of everything. I just don't know who we're putting the tickets, whose names we're putting on those tickets. You decide that. I don't decide that. I just get a report at the end of October going, these are the people coming. These are the families we get to invite. When a black car comes to pick your family up at your house and take you to the airport, to the business class lounge, and you get to enjoy this week away for the hard work. And then on top of it, you're getting paid 20,000 Rand, 25,000 Rand every single month from DuePoint. This gentleman did it in 5 months. He did it in 5 months. You can do it in faster time. No one is dictating to you how fast to do this business. You wake up in the morning and decide, am I going to tell someone about DuePoint today or not? Or am I just going to go to work and go home? Right? That's the zone that most of us are stuck in. The rut that we're stuck in. This is the opportunity to break out of it. Right? 2 ranks later, at rank 11, we buy you a brand new car. We go out and we spend R250,000 Rand in cash. We buy your car cash, we put it in your name, and you get to park it in your garage that evening with no installment at the end of the month. Who would like a brand new paid off car? And there's no DuePoint stickers on the side that says join DuePoint on the door. It's your car. There's no hoops you have to jump through. The car's yours. You can quit DuePoint the next day. We don't take the car back. The car is yours. It's not a loan car. It's your car. You are one step closer to wealth, one step closer to becoming debt-free. When you don't have to pay for your December holiday, when you don't have to pay for your car, when you're earning 30,000 Rand a month from DuePoint, what does your life look like? But more importantly, what does it make you feel like when you're in that position? Think about the person you become when you're in that position. I was speaking earlier to one of the rank nines. I said, imagine, I've gone through financial stress many times in my life. It's a horrible stress. It's a horrible stress. It makes me grumpy. It makes me aggressive. It makes me short-tempered. It's not a good place to be. And so when I think about all these things to have, like I joked earlier, 2 Porsches in the garage, that's not important. More important for me is the person I become when I don't have financial issues, when I have liberty to help other people financially. Right? All the options that money gives you, the problems that it solves. Think about that. Think about what it does for your family. Our business is built on the backbone of the products that we've innovated. So we've gone through everything that's in store for you. Now you're thinking, oh, here's where they're going to try to sell us a product. The products are built in mind for you. You go look at any wealthy person and tell me they don't have insurance and investment products. You have to. No one would commit time and sacrifice time in building assets if they can't protect the assets that they've built or the wealth that they created. Perhaps not for your benefit, perhaps for the benefit of your family at least, right? And so we've innovated the products with that in mind. And so our first product is called Access Wealth. It's going to cost you only 324 Rand a month. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one, right? Of the 324, 100 Rand gets paid into an investment, a tax-free investment fund that's in your name. You've got full access to that fund. You can draw the funds out at any stage. The insurance aspect is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover that you get. There's no medicals required. We don't send nurses. We don't want to know your 40 years of medical history. If you're killed in any form of accident, we pay out your beneficiaries. Then we've got Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is only insurance, only 249 Rand a month. You get 1 million Rands worth of accidental death cover. And the beauty with all of our products is that we've tried to remove any discrimination from the product. So we don't care typically how old you are and what your health status is. The price is the same for everybody. Between the ages of 18, with this product, there's no limit to the upper age, so you can be 100 and take this product out if you like, right? The same with Access Wealth. We've got a funeral cover product called Family Wealth, starts at 299 Rand, arguably probably the best funeral cover available in the country at the moment. I keep a very close eye on our competition, and no one is offering what we offer with this product at the price. So for 299 Rand, you get 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 additional family members of yours. You as the principal member also get 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So we'll cover 10,000 Rand of debt upon your death. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand as well as up to 10 family members. And we don't have any pre-existing conditions. You don't have to fill out medical forms. You just have to say, this is what I have, and you're on cover 6 months later. Right? Simple as that. And then the final product is Wealth Points. Wealth Points aims to reduce your monthly expenditure. So if we can allow you to save money, to spend less money every single month, well then certainly that helps you on your road to wealth, doesn't it? And so with Wealth Points, we've partnered with a host of businesses that have offered us discounts and services to our Wealth Points members. And so if you engage in these partners, you will certainly save money every single month because we've got telecoms companies, Cell C, we've got ShopRite Checkers, right? Just those two. How much money are we spending on airtime, data, and groceries? Right? The first two partners can save you money on those two items. We've got Always On, Take A Lot. We've got a host of online retailers. We've signed up 4 new wealth partners in the last month or so. We've got Oxygenate, that's hyperbaric oxygen chambers for health and rehabilitation. Tequila Travel, they specialize in sports travel groups. Sorbet, we all know Sorbet. Ladies, show me your nails. Yeah, the ones who are hiding it, you need to go to Sorbet. We've got a discount waiting for you. Rock, paper, scissors, hairdressers. And so we're always looking to expand the portfolio of partners that we have on this product without increasing the subscription amount. So the subscription amount stays at $299, even though we're adding partners to it all the time. So those are the 4 products. Straightforward, simple, accessible to everybody, the same price for everybody, built with wealth in mind. All right. We've got our Achiever Quest. So this is something as a brand new wealth engineer, and even as a wealth engineer, you should be extremely excited about, because this allows you to not wait 6 months to get to 2,500 Rand. You can produce 5,000 Rand a month every month in your first month. How do you do it? You have to connect 10 people in the month who pay successfully in the same month, right? If you can do that, we'll pay you an extra 5,000 Rand on top of your return. If you do 20 people in 1 month who all pay successfully in the same month, we'll give you 10,000 Rand every month that you do it. And if you want to take it a step further, if you do 30 people in a month who all pay successfully in the same month, we will give you 15,000 Rand on top of the return we're paying you. Get rich quick scheme, ne? Yeah, everyone wants the get rich quick scheme. You can't say you don't want to get rich quick. Who wants to get rich slowly? That's the trick question. So this is our Achiever Quest. This quest resets every single month. You can do this every single month. You can boost your returns by 15,000 Rand every single month. We've got a long-term incentive called the 365 Challenge. This is for the serious people, but it's simple to do. It's simple to do. It's as simple as connecting one person. You just have to do it every day. If you can connect 365 people in the next 365 days on your first point, we will give you an extra 365,000 Rand at the end of that period. By doing that process, if you can connect 365 people onto your first point, that'll get you to about rank 13, 14. You'll be earning 50,000 Rand, close to that, every single month. You'll have the business pack, the business cards, you'll have the rank 9 holiday, you'll have the car, you might have the Mediterranean cruise every single year. You've got the 50,000 Rand a month. If you do it by doing 30 people every single month, we'll give you an extra 15,000 Rand every month on top of those returns. So that's 180,000 Rand on top of the 365,000. There's about 2 million Rand in benefit if you decide to connect 30 people a month for the next 12 months. Now tell me, who's going to focus on their day jobs? Right? Day jobs have got great purpose. Day jobs have got great purpose. They are required for the economy. We need workers in the economy. Our business is not about workers. It's about entrepreneurs. It's about wealth. You have to do it for yourself. I heard someone saying to me, you know what the difference is between entrepreneurs and workers? Entrepreneurs are willing to work for nothing. Right? How many of you are willing to work for nothing? Very few of us, right? Because we are in this mindset that we want to get paid for the work that we do. We don't see long-term value and benefit out of building an asset. And DuePoint won't not pay you. We will pay you out the gates. You saw that. You can make 15,000 Rand in your first month, right? And so we've answered that issue. But you have to see the long-term vision in this business. The promise of it. And you can go, well, I don't know if I can trust DuePoint. That's something that you need to answer for yourself. Can you trust us? You say that easily, but when you wake up in the morning, do you have enough conviction to go do DuePoint every single day? That's always the question. That's the decision for me. It's not about whether you want to be a millionaire. Everyone wants to be a millionaire. Everyone wants a Porsche in the garage. Everyone wants to go on a millionaire's holiday every year. That's not the decision. The decision, the practical, the intentional decision that I'm asking you to make is, are you going to do DuePoint tomorrow? Oh, well, you know, I've got church and it's my resting day. Okay, you're going to do DuePoint on Monday. Well, I'm in accounts and it's month end and, you know, the kids are starting a new school. Be stronger than your excuses, right? I know everyone can do this business. My job is to get as many people to actually do it. Everyone can do this business. But statistically, unfortunately, I know very few people do it. That's life. Very few people choose entrepreneurship. Everyone wants to be wealthy. You have to decide today, are you going to fit this business into your life or not? The trust issue. If you become a wealth engineer at DuePoint, you have to become a proponent of DuePoint. That means you have to become an ambassador of DuePoint. You have to look like you are enthusiastic, that you have belief and conviction in this business. And so I want you to go do as much research as you can on DuePoint, right? You can go to our website. We've got an about page. You can read our background. You know we're part of Constantia Insurance. You can go to Constantia's website and go look at them and their 70-year history. Our track record in the market. We're South African based. You can come to head office. You can meet the executives. We're not hiding behind YouTube. We're not living in Russia with a Facebook page and a bank account that you need to put money into. And I promise we'll pay you at the end of the month. We're not one of those businesses, right? And so start building trust in this business. Your first step is going to be a step of faith. But your second step, hopefully your trust and belief is going to build in this business, because you're going to see our 3-year track record. We've paid every single person, every single cent, every single month that we've owed anyone. Any promise we make. If we tell you we're going to give you 2 million rand in benefit, if you connect a person a day for the next year, we will give you 2 million rand. Right? And so that's the FSP number that we operate under. Like I said, we're a registered insurance company. We've got a host of financial licenses. They're all on display above the water cooler. They're on our website. You can go to the FSCA website. We're listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange under a group called Conduit Capital. Some reminders before we end off. We've got a Bloemfontein encounter. So Brendan's going down to the Free State. Any Free Staters here? Vrystaat, I'm from Welkom. Right? Make a list of everyone you know in the Free State and get them to the encounter. It's not going to cost you a cent. It's not going to cost you a cent. Brendan is going to go down there and help you build your channel in the Free State. Right? We're all in Joburg. We're people all over the country on our live stream. Build a channel nationally, not in your town. Nationally, you can do that, right? But you have to connect people. You've got to tell them there's an encounter happening. Send them a link to the intro presentation so that they don't arrive at the encounter not knowing what to expect, especially if you're not there. Right? Just make a list. Get people here. We will help you build your channels. Go onto our events page on our website. You'll see the date there. You can register online for yourself and your guests. Next week, Saturday, we are doing a development seminar called A Message That Demands to Be Heard. Brendan's going to be really highlighting this world of prospecting, right? It's sales. We don't use the word sales because you're not selling products, but life is about selling yourself, right? And so we're going to delve into this world and the DuePoint opportunity with regards to finding prospects, how you manage them, how you invite them, how you connect them to the intro presentation, and how to do all of that with conviction, right? So join us. That's going to be at 10 a.m. next Saturday, so exactly a week's time. And then straight after this presentation, the time now is 10:02. So let's say at quarter past 20 past 11, I'm going to do a quick launch workshop. It's for the people that want to get started immediately. So if you're becoming a wealth engineer, you've got 30 minutes to sign up, which is plenty time because it takes 5 minutes to sign up as a wealth engineer. Then come join me for the launch workshop, and I'm going to be discussing very succinctly the only things you have to worry about in getting started and becoming profitable in this business. You can become profitable in this business in one day. Right? I'm going to highlight that for you so that you know how to get started out the gates in this business. So come join me. It's a 25, 30-minute workshop, and you get to ask me any question that you want during the workshop. Right? So it's a discussion, but I'll take you through the mandatory aspects of this business getting started. All right, folks, and so I thank you for your time. I always appreciate people making the time to come see this presentation. It's been a bit longer than 35 minutes. But my wish for everybody, whether you decide to join us or not, is that you find prosperity this year. I know that's a word that is not going to be on many South Africans' lips, right? And that is our greatest aspiration, is that we can create a solution in the community that we operate in as a business, is that we're able to give back and share in the wealth that we get to create. And it'll be a bubble in South Africa. There's not a lot of people that are going to be able to generate wealth. Certainly not through employment. But we invite those people that want to do that in this business to join us on this journey. And perhaps in 25 years' time, you're going to look back and go, wow, this is where it all started. Coming to a presentation where I thought, who's this guy on the stage talking about 2 Porsches, talking rubbish on this stage? Now look where I am, right? Our families will grow up together. We'll be in Mauritius every single year together. Right? We're a very family-orientated business with wealth in mind for people. And we know that everyone is capable of it. That's the thing. You're capable of it. Right? So that's my wish for you. Thank you for your time. I'll see you at the launch workshop at 20 past.